SeatGeek is a proud sponsor of the Marble League. The main event may be done, but if you're still craving marble action, welcome to the Showdown. Hey everybody, I'm Greg Woods. The Showdown, kind of like a big league for the Marble League. 4 events, 12 teams, the 8 best will advance to the Marble League 2020 qualifiers. We begin with the same course that hosted the finale of the 2019 Marble League, the Sand Course. Randomized starting order, you see some favorites in there as well as some newcomers. Who will it be to take the first event of 4 in the Showdown? Off they go. Jawbreakers out in front early on. The newcomers, the Hornets, with Vespa in second place. They almost lose out, and they're still fighting with Team Primary. Bumblebees, they shoot up into second place. Can they track down the Jawbreakers? Up ahead as they work their way back and forth, a decent lead for the Jawbreakers with Candy, the captain of the team. Bumblebees and the Hornets sitting in third and second respectively. An interesting rivalry between the two of them. Who among the Wing Stingers will make it to the Marble League? Jawbreakers holding on out in front. Primary tries to get third place, can't quite get there. Cobalts back behind. Turtle Sliders also in there. That lead has really come down for the Jawbreakers up front. Hornets trying to track them down and getting ever closer. That little gap starting to form between second and third now, and look at all of the marbles that are back behind. Speed picking up. Hornets fending off the Bumblebees. They can see them coming, drafting back and forth, weaving across the course, in fact. And the Bumblebees get on through. Where are the Hornets? The Hornets, look at that pack back behind. It's a freight train. The Hornets holding on, and now they lose out. Here come the Snowballs. They're up into fourth place. Trying to get by the Hornets. Right on their tail. Not a place you want to be with something that has a stinger on its tail. I digress. Rojo Rollers up into fourth place. Primary jumps by them, and where did the Rojo Rollers go? This course can really claim some marbles. Oh, and as I say that, look at this Bramble gets stuck on the track, and we get another stuck as well. After running in second place for a good chunk of this race, they're caught. We're also hearing Gulime with the Limers being pushed down the course by the wind. You can hear the wind. Oh, and there's Momo. Team Momo with Momo getting stuck and then getting dislodged. So they are able to keep going. Meanwhile, up front, the Jawbreakers way out in front. Hornets gonna get second place. Snowballs in third. Oh, good recovery by Momo. Fourth. I know he's fine, not injured or anything, but just frustrated, I think, at what could have been after a great run. SeatGeek is a proud sponsor of the Marble League. They are the best and easiest place to find tickets to your favorite events. Just use promo code JMR for $20 off your first SeatGeek purchase. SeatGeek, life's an event, we have the tickets. And a good finish, just that stumble in the middle, cost him what maybe could have been a podium. Getting caught back and forth, that was the Limers, I think. Look at that. So we heard Bramble get caught, Momo briefly got caught, I think the Limers might have gotten caught. Either way. Back up front, the Jawbreakers take the first event of the Marble League Showdown in front of the newcomers, the Hornets, and the old favorites, the Snowballs. 20 points to them. The next event, Collision. With a slight bit of trepidation, competitors enter the second event of the Marble League Showdown, the Collision. Thanks for joining us, everyone. I'm Greg Woods. This was an event that we already saw in the main Marble League, but the JMRC has decided to change things up just a little bit. Now, for ease of scoring and ease on the commentator, the marbles remaining in the arena will be counted. They still have to avoid getting knocked off, and they still have to avoid each other knocking each other off. Down they come. You kind of get the gist of it. And there you see. 4-2 will be our score in this case. Unlike in the last one where it was the marbles that went off the board, counting for the other team. Also unique in this one, we did not have any of the trap marbles, those big ball bearings. We didn't have any of those sent. And the newcomers, the Hornets, get the win 4-2 over the Shining Swarm. The Swarm have failed to qualify for the last 2 Marble Leagues. Cobalts and the Hornets in match 2 of 3. All bunched together in a 2-3 were the Hornets. Ooh, and they avoid a couple of the ball bearings. Watch those on the top side. It's not going to get him. Good job getting out of the way. That will be a resounding victory. Hornets looking pretty good in this one. They come down in that 2-3 in those first 2 marbles, splayed to the side, and end up clearing things off for the back 3 to really keep up that momentum and knock the Cobalts off. Cobalts kind of going in that X formation, the 2-1-2. Did not work out very well. 1 remaining on the board for them, 4 for the newcomers. Oh, the stands abuzz with what could be going for the Hornets. They step aside for this one. Shining Swarm and the Cobalts. Match 3 of 3 in Group A. Another instance where none of the trap ball bearings are going to be sent. And it's going to be a tie. Actually, one of the Cobalts making it untouched all the way to the other side. You don't get any points for that. Maybe brownie points for style. That was a little bit off kilter for the Cobalts, in fact. 2-2. That's where it will stay. So looking at the standings, the top 2 will move on. Hornets and the Shining Swarm will advance. Into Group B, the Minty Maniacs and the Jawbreakers. 2 familiar teams, and a lot of chaos on the board. Nearly all of the traps being set, and the Minty Maniacs did not fare well at all. Jawbreakers, look at them staying clear of all of this, letting all of the contact go on the other side. How did they do this? Tight, bunched up formation, and that really fractured the Minty Maniacs off to the side. Ooh, one solid hit there, as you can see that Maniac flying off the board. Jawbreakers come away with the win, 4-1. Momo and the Minty Maniacs. All 5 of Momo out there, and people are quite excited to see that. How many are going to remain on the board at the end, though? That's the main thing that counts. Good to have Momo, and Nemo in there. How many of them actually stayed up on the board? They send a couple to the wayside and actually make it down to the other end of the board. That works out fairly well for them. Minty Maniacs, they keep that top line, then they fall back just a little bit. It wasn't organized in any particular shape of attack. That may have ended up hurting them a little bit. 2 ball bearings coming down late at the end, but the damage had already been done. Team Momo will get the victory. Team Momo was just 2 spots behind qualifying for this year's Marble League. Rack it up for match 3 of 3. Jawbreakers and Momo. They hit Jawbreakers. They've already lost a couple. 3 on the board remaining for each team. Actually, there's one teetering on the edge down here at the bottom that I missed, and also one hidden behind that slide. I think this is going to be 4-4. In all of that, each team only lost 1 marble. That's pretty impressive. Watch this Momo down here at the bottom. Just knocked the block out of the way and came to a screeching halt. Hanging on the edge. Woo! Don't breathe. Pretty solid points total. But not so much when the other team has exactly the same. Who advances? It's the Jawbreakers and it's Momo. The points differential making a difference in any case of ties in this event. So watch that far column if we get there. Limers and the Snowballs. Former hosts of the Winter Marble League. And I can tell you, the Oceanics, they can attest to how difficult being a host is. Spread off to the side. Limers had a couple immediately shoot off to the side. This will be the better angle. They come in almost a 2-2-1 do the Limers. They drop 3 off to the wayside, compared to just 1 for the Snowballs. 4-2 our final. Oh, and a marble from the stands has gotten on the arena, and they want to trip some of the ball bearings if they can. And they don't. Opening out, there's the security coming after them. They will come and arrest the marble. Who, for whatever reason, wanted to take his turn at the most physical event there is. He was hoping almost to show his toughness or something, to try to get some of those ball bearings to come down after him. I think he was hoping that they would come rather than the security. This blue marble is right in the middle of the Limers run, and I think the Limers fans are not very happy. They're worried that that's going to mess up their preparation, especially because it was on their side. Turtle Sliders, can they take advantage of it? And not really. Tie match. That marble from the stands. Not what you want to see, being dragged in front of your team as they're trying to get mentally prepared for their next run. It doesn't end up hurting them necessarily as it ends in a tie, but obviously wins are going to be worth more, and that's what will help you advance. Turtle Sliders, the newcomers. I don't know if they have a hashtag yet. All right, they match up on the far side with the snowballs. Turtle Sliders to the near side. And this time they're going to get brushed off. Snowballs will come away with a narrow win. Snowballs putting up that little arch of 3 marbles in front to try to knock them out. Actually, one snowball goes to the far side and ends up splitting all of them. That ends up being a pretty safe call as he just goes over to the ramp and sits there. So the Limers, that means, are eliminated with that win. -2 on the goal differential compared to -1. Oh, their fans are not very happy. SeatGeek is a proud sponsor of the Marble League. They are the best and easiest place to find tickets to your favorite events. Just use promo code JMR for $20 off your first SeatGeek purchase. SeatGeek, life's an event, we have the tickets. On to Group D, Rojo Rollers and the Bumblebees. Bumblebees immediately drop 2 off through the same hole over on the upper right. They keep 2 on the board. Same thing with the Rojo Rollers. A couple of them just barreled right through those walls. Very clear 3-2 that developed for the Rojo Rollers. Kind of fell apart on impact. Oh my. Almost losing all of the marbles were the Bumblebees. One of them has that block dislodged, but not all the way down. Rojo Rollers come away with the win. Team Primary back together. No longer Team Momary. What can they do? Oh, they lose a couple through the gap. They just narrowly miss. One of the ball bearings streaking by them. They're going to hold on with 3 marbles apiece. Whew, it's split actually right by one of the Rojo Rollers as well. Rollers in a 2-2-1 with one of the marbles kind of drifting off to the side. That will end in a tie. Back for match 3 of 3. Bumblebees and Team Primary. Fairly solid impact sends them all off to the side. And it will be 3-3 again. That first match being very important. Look at how large those sections of wall were that were knocked down as these teams collided. There was a strategy here. 3-2 on the right, 3-2 on the left, actually. They were not quite squared up, and I think that caused more of the chaos than they intended. Oh, look on the bottom edge there. Oh, boy, spinning around in place and staying on the board makes a huge difference for Team Primary. Otherwise, they would have lost that one 3-2. And as a result, they advance. The Bumblebees, -1 on the points differential, drops behind them. That one spinning marble making all the difference. All right, now is when we start to get a little more serious. The quarterfinals, eliminations on the line. Quarterfinal A, Hornets to the far side, Turtle Sliders to the near. Decent impact, but a fairly slow ricochet. Turtle Sliders are going to manage to keep 3 on, but compared to the Hornets, 4, they're going to get the win. The Hornets keep marching along. I thought for a second they were maybe lining up for that O'Rangers-style spear. And then they drop back off a little bit. Good bounces off the walls for the Turtle Sliders. I thought they were going to hang on, but they'd already lost 1 too many. 4-3, the Hornets will move on. Jawbreakers and Team Primary. Down they come. There's a little bit more of that spear from Team Primary. Are they going to be able to hold on over on the far side? Yes, they will. They're only going to lose 1 compared to only 1 remaining for the Jawbreakers. That went about as well as you could imagine. 2 of Team Primary just bumping up against the wall there, reminding them, yeah, we're here. Ended up in the right place at the right time, and I know goal differential is not a big one here, the points differential, but 4-1, that's a little bit of bragging rights moving on to the semis. Snowballs and the Shining Swarm. Shining Swarm are going to lose a couple. Snowballs drop them off to the near side and the far. And it should be Shining Swarm. 2 did not qualifies in a row. And in this one, they're off to the semifinals. Modified 3-2 as they come down. As you saw on this side for the Snowballs, it did not work out well for them. 2 ended up in their own side of the platform. Where did the rest go? Oh, that little bit of angle was just enough to send 2 of the Snowballs off to the side on glancing blows. Not even solid impacts. It's kind of tough when you're trying to put all your force forward and then the other team just angles on you slightly and end up sending you off the board. Rojo Rollers and Team Momo. Down they come. Momo, tight formation, and it all comes apart for them. 3-2. Rojo Rollers will move on. They're another team that's missed the last 2 Marble Leagues as well. Many of these were sacrificial right up at the start. And a couple of them, I think they had watched the previous heat and decided maybe if we can go in at an angle, that might work out fairly well. There's the angle set up from the Rojo Rollers, kind of angling from upper left down to lower right. And that ended up working out pretty well for them. Team Momo got hoodwinked a little bit as we now move to the semifinals. Who goes on for the championship? Team Primary to the near side, Hornets to the far. Stinger back behind. Will he play a part? Maybe gave a little bit of a push, but the Hornets, the newcomers, will stay alive. They're on to the finals. And maybe this team wants to emulate the Green Ducks as the newcomers who find success. Interesting to watch the spin of these marbles on impact. How many of them there were solid versus ones that ended up sending them rotating around pretty quick. Stinger at the back, giving that little push. I think ended up sending at least one of Team Primary off. Either way, it works out. A 2-marble win, 3-1. Now on to semifinal B, Shining Swarm and the Rojo Rollers. 2 veterans, tight formation for the Shining Swarm. Trap marbles are sent. Glance off of one of the Rojo Rollers. Look at the Shining Swarm. They're retreating to the middle to make sure they don't go anywhere near those sides where the blocks are knocked down. And that strategy is going to work out pretty well for them until you realize there's one more of the Rojo Rollers still on. It's not going to matter. They do a good job of avoiding, but so do the Rojo Rollers, all going up into that upper right corner. A couple of double hits on him. Ooh, that one glance from the ball bearing actually ended up sending one of the Rojo Rollers back to the opening ramp. That protected them, and that should give them the win. And it does. 4-3. The Rojo Rollers are on to the final. Shining Swarm are off to compete for the bronze. Primary and Swarm. Ooh, another tight formation from the Shining Swarm. They like that. Is it going to work out for them this time? They've got 4 on compared to just 1. That will be a bronze to the Shining Swarm. You can't help but wonder how many of these teams watched the main event version of this and picked up pointers. It definitely looked like the Shining Swarm did. Bit of a 2-2-1 coming down for Team Primary. There's just so much force all tucked into that tight formation. Look at that, all bunched together, and that impact was able to send some of the Shining Swarm away from the chaos. 4-1, Shining Swarm, get the bronze. Ready for the final. Who gets gold, Hornets or the Rojo Rollers? They almost miss each other in a couple of them, but look at all the ball bearings being sent. There's another one ricocheted off. Rojo Rollers trying to keep those several off to the near side. We'll look it out to the far as these ball bearings start creeping their way across. This could end up deciding the match if these two head for that one Hornet. No, it peels away. Oh, that's very odd. JMRC is actually going to look into that. That was very egregious. Almost changing of directions from those ball bearings. It was almost like they didn't want to hit that Hornet off the board. Usually these are neutral arbiters. Here you can see that turn away from the Hornets. And they're going to say, all is fine. I imagine they checked the super slow-mos and they tried to see how those two ball bearings were interacting with each other. and they found that it was not a purposeful curve away to favor the Hornets. Although that one Hornet was perched on the bottom. And that is the final. That is the final. No redo, no changes. 4-3. The Rojo Rollers are your gold medalists. So close. It wouldn't have mattered either way had that one been knocked off, as that would have only been a bigger victory for the Rojo Rollers. Still, the Hornets happy to get second place. Pretty good silver medal for their credit. And the Shining Swarm happy to be back on a podium. Team Primary just misses out on the top 3. Turtle Sliders come in front of Team Momo. How does that look? Rojo Rollers jump 5 spots up to second place. The Hornets hold on as we get ready for the funnels. Hello everybody and welcome to the third event of the 2019 Marble League Showdown, the Funnel Race. I'm Greg Woods. The Hornets have been the paradigm of consistency. 2 silvers have gotten them to the top spot in the standings in front of the Rojo Rollers. But in this case, it's not so much a speed event, it is all about being the slowest. The funnel spin, notorious for its height. Look at the view from the top, and you can see what a daunting task this is. The goal, stay in the funnels as long as possible. Down they come. Quick dropping through already, a couple of them. Cobalts have fallen to last place. Remember, last is the one that's kind of farthest down and in first. Now, Jawbreakers, they fall through. Meanwhile, up top, Limer's doing a great job just now entering the second funnel with the Rojo Rollers. Limer's maintaining that lead now. It's a 2-marble race for second. Farther down below, the Minty Maniacs. In last, getting shouldered aside, and now the Jawbreakers reassume that dubious position. Look at this, the Minty Maniacs now joined by the Limers. And the Limers down into the 7th funnel, going from first now to the second to last spot. They're joined down there, still Jawbreakers at the bottom of the field. Up top, the Snowballs. In 5, still holding on. Minty Maniacs, they've now gotten themselves a little bit more settled as the Snowballs drop through 3 funnels now, down into 8. Minty Maniacs still holding on up in 6. A full funnel lead before exiting into 7. Down below, the Limers, who were in the lead. Now just 1 funnel away. There they are, 1 funnel away from ending in last place. Minty Maniacs have retaken the top spot, back up in 8. Limers will finish last. They will be eliminated in this heat. Who comes next? Will it be the Jawbreakers? Yes, it will. Sugar comes across. Meanwhile, the Snowballs now have a 1 funnel lead. Rojo Rollers trying to fight for second place. Minty Maniacs holding on. They'll get third with Minty Swirl. Rojo Dos into the final funnel. Gotta keep holding on. If they can be joined by the Snowballs, nope, not gonna happen. Rojo Dos finishes Dos. Or Segundo. I'll have to brush up on my Spanish a little bit. Snowballs now, they're circling the entrance for the final funnel, and they will win the heat. Great job by Snow on a 13-second difference. Snowballs and the Rojo Rollers pretty happy about that. Captain Stinger for the Hornets leads things off. Turtle Sliders also in there, and down they go. Stinger for the Hornets. In there, getting shouldered to the side, is actually going to be in a decent position. All of the marbles in the first 3 funnels. Circling around down below. 2 of the yellow marbles, that would be the Bumblebees and Primary, Mary and Bromble, from the 2 of them. And it is the Hornets in dead last right now. 2 silver medals to start off this Marble League Showdown. Meanwhile, up top, Team Momo have Mo in a good position. As we continue to fall down the order. Turtle Sliders circling in second place along with Team Primary. Oh, look at this now, the Bumblebees. They drop to last place. They're going to be joined down there by the Hornets. And splitting between them is the Shining Swarm. Now the Hornets come into last place once again. Circling back up top in funnel number 9. Actually, look at funnel number 7. Way up there, Team Primary doing a great job holding on. They shoulder aside Dash from the Turtle Sliders. Now Dash might be in danger, yes, of falling through 2 funnels now, down into 10. Meanwhile, about to have our final finisher. 2 of those silvery marbles down below. Who's it going to be first that drops on last? And it will be Mo from Team Momo. Oh, then the Turtle Sliders lurch through, sliding their way into the penultimate spot. Mary comes across in fourth. We now have our podium set, but who's it going to be? Will it be the Bumblebees to hold on? Shining Swarm get third. It will be, into the last funnel. I almost said we had a finisher. Now we do. It's Stinger from the Hornets. Stinger will advance, and dropping on through, winning the heat, is Bromble from the Bumblebees. Just a 5.89 second advantage on that win from Bromble. There's a lot of action in the stadium, but look at the line outside for the SeatGeek meet and greet. A chance for these fans to get a selfie or an autograph with some of their favorite Marble athletes. Don't forget, you can get a promo code for SeatGeek. That promo code, JMR. Now into the final. There's one captain among them, but who's it going to be? Snow getting hung up right out of the gate and enters the funnel last. That's actually somewhat strategic. I don't know if that was meant to be or if that was just because of a couple of collisions, but either way, it's a fortunate position to find yourself in if you're battling in the funnels. A one funnel lead, if you will, for Shining from the Shining Swarm, although that's for last place, not where you want to be. The Hornets look to be in position to join them down in the last funnel, funnel number 6. Meanwhile, Minty Maniacs were fighting with the Snowballs up in 3, and the Snowballs will be the last one to enter funnel 4 with 4 marbles circling the entrance. Minty Maniacs drop on through, Rojo Rollers as well, Bumblebees now. Snowballs continue to hold the lead. Up in 4, now they join 3 marbles and drop through immediately to 6. The lead is gone. Look at the angle some of them are taking. A very wide angle for both the Rojo Rollers and the Snowballs up in 6. That is strategic. Who will drop through first? It will be the Rojo Rollers. Snowballs. If they can keep that really sharp angle up there, that may help them. Look at how wide they are on funnel number 7. That is a phenomenal strategy. For the Shining Swarm, not so much. About to enter the final funnel of the run and could finish last. The Hornets, will they join them? Yes, they will. The Hornets tumble through 2, and they might finish in last. They will. 6th place. Meanwhile, Snowballs still up top. Minty Maniacs and the Bumblebees. Bumblebees now fall into 11, look to be in danger of falling through into 12. No, it's the Minty Maniacs first. They could go from a podium spot to nowhere, and the Bumblebees instead say, I'll have me 2 funnels in a row. And they jump into 4th. Rojo Dos gets the bronze. Oh, who will get this gold, though? Snowballs and Minty Maniacs circling the opening, and it will be Minty Maniacs. Snowballs win the event. Minty Swirl drops through. Snow from the Snowballs gets the gold. Congratulations to our podium finishers as the awards are handed out. The Snowballs, once the host of the Marble League, back up on top. Great job of the Minty Maniacs, too. It's going to help them a little bit, jumping on 5 spots. Meanwhile, the Snowballs take advantage of their 2nd medal of these games, and they move up into the top spot of the standings. 1 event to go in the Marble League Showdown. Welcome, everybody, to the final event of the Showdown for the Marble League. Balancing is the order of the day. Deceptively simple is the task at hand. Just stay in the middle and make it to the end. Those in green on the left, they have already guaranteed themselves to qualify for the Marble League qualifiers. The bottom 4 will not. Question is, who will make it out of the bottom 4 and who will stay? Rojo Rollers lead things off for us, and not a great total. They get 1 past 65, which hopefully gives you a little idea of what they may need to shoot for the teams that are coming up after. 195 and trepidation in the squad there. The Snowballs up next. What is their strategy for this? They keep 2 in the middle, now 3 in the middle. 2 are going to make it to the end. 1 gets past 100 as well. And that's the kind of run that I think you're going to need to place somewhere in the top 3 or close to it. 2 finishers, that's pretty darn good. Where did they lose 1 up here? Just a little nudge from that 2nd marble sent the last one off shy of 45. The other one almost held on past 100. And 2 130s give a 395 total. That's pretty good. They kept their cool and made it to the end. The Hornets, one of the newcomers, in the top part of the standings. Can they hold on here? We're going to get another 2 finishers, 2 in a row. I think they might have a better point total, though. The first one didn't drop off until after 45. But then again, they lost one much earlier, prior to 100. So where did the math shake out? Yeah, past 65 was all. So I don't think this is going to be enough. And it's not. Second place. Still, the stands are abuzz with a provisional P2. Now the Jawbreakers. Oh, that looked off from the beginning. Are they going to hold on for one finisher? Yes. Little bit of redemption at the end, but 3 marbles off before the 60 mark. That's not going to do you any favors at all. Look at how off-center they already were when they came off the ramp. And by then, if you're in the 2nd, 3rd, 4th spot, you're just kind of following the marble ahead of you, or getting a draft, or trying to make little adjustments yourself, trusting that they are guiding you the right way down the course. Sweet victory turns into, I don't know, a sheepish temporary 3rd place. We'll see where they end up, but those fans can't be very happy about that Shining Swarm. Are they going to get one finisher? No. So you already know that basically if a team does not get a finisher, that they are not going to be in the top 3, most likely. So keep your eye on that. 2 swarms splayed to either side, 1 apiece. Off they go. One got past 70 or close to it, but not even to 100 at the end. Good enough only for 4th. The Minty Maniacs, already up there in the standings. They could qualify for the qualifiers. Ooh, but a performance like that is not ideal. Where did this go wrong for them? Decently synchronized, but you can already start to see it coming apart just a little bit. Ooh, that little shove between the top 2 probably didn't help. I know it's heat of the moment. It's not done on purpose, but they're going to look back at that and think, ooh, what could have been. The Bumblebees. Down they come, they lose 2, they lose 3. Are they going to hold on for 1? I don't think that gets classified as a finish. I think you have to end up in the green. Where did they drop off? Oh, that is right at the corner. How does the committee, how do the stewards score this? I don't think you can give them a finish. It has to be completed all the way off the end of the ramp and going over the corner. Oh man, that is what they did. All right, there you go. It is not a finish. It gets classified as a 120. So for future competitors who may not make it to the end, you know that is what could be coming. Team Momo. They've kind of epitomized the true spirit of team. And they're going to be in the exact same situation, I think. I don't know if that was Momo Mo or who that was that just went off the corner. Could barely hold on. You talk about walking the tightrope going down the sidelines on a field or a pitch. In this case, the edge of a balance beam. No, definitely not. That will be a 120 as well. Team Momo, however, were strong enough, even with no finishers, that they're currently sitting in 3rd. That's pretty astounding. By a wide margin, I might add, over 4th place. All right, little break in the action. A lot of fans streaking over to the meet and greet, trying to get some autographs, trying to get some selfies, perhaps. All courtesy of SeatGeek. You can use promo code JMR for $20 off your first SeatGeek purchase. Team Primary. In the gate, down they come. 2 are going to hold on. Ooh, that's going to be a darn good point total as well. Past 60. And another one out by 100, plus the 260 that they're going to get combined from the two finishers. Look at the straight path that those two took right at the end, just helping each other cross the line, and that's good enough for first. Team Primary, provisionally P1. The Turtle Sliders know what they have to beat. Lose everybody before 80. Turtle Sliders almost went 3 wide at the 40 mark. Don't do that. Oh, disappointing 9th for the newcomers, the Turtle Sliders. Cobalts, penultimate heat. They bunch up 2 down the center. Are they going to hold on? Yes, they will. Unfortunately, because they lost the other ones so early, look, both of them before 60, it's not good enough for first. But where does it put them, let's say, relative to Team Momo? Momo only had 1 finisher, but had a couple of marbles that did a phenomenal job until they fell. No, the first 2 were so bad, it doesn't even put them behind Team Momo, it puts them 2 behind. Limers talking about saving all the pressure for last. They have to do well in this event or else they fail to qualify. Can they hold on for 1 finisher? They will, but 3 have dropped off early, 1 before 60. It's not going to be enough. It is not going to be enough for them to qualify. I think they had to finish pretty high up in the order, and this isn't going to do it for them. The fans have waited all this time, only to be disappointed again. Oh, they have to be heartbroken. 6th, only good enough mid-pack. Oh, actually, the fans are more than heartbroken. They're angry. Look at them trying to get down on the field. They've made it. They've broken through the barriers. Security now swarming them. The team is being ushered off for their safety. Well, the Limers themselves will not get a penalty, but the fans are being taken out of the stadium. Wow. Everything kind of coming to a head right at the end there. In the meantime, there are your top 3 for this event. Team Primary, a brilliant job keeping them in order, keeping them on the beam, getting them to the end, both to the end of the beam and to the end of the Marble League Showdown as well. This is, of course, all about the qualifiers. And here are your winners and qualifiers from the Marble League Showdown. Those are the top 3. A reminder, the top 8 will qualify. The bottom 4 will not. So the Shining Swarm, the Cobalts, the Turtle Sliders, and the Limers, they will go no further. For those that will, they will move on to qualify for the Marble League qualifier. And that will be under the watchful eye of our new Marble League hosts for 2020, Team Galactic. Congratulations to Team Galactic, who will be hosting the 2020 Marble League and the qualifiers prior to that. Also a reminder that The Rollout, the official Marble magazine, will be doing a special edition just about Team Galactic, the new hosts of the 2020 Marble League, and we hope to see you there. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'm Greg Woods. Until next time, so long, everyone.